Hello everyone. I've made a furnace array here. I thought it's pretty cool. This is kind of just like iteration 1, although I've worked on it for a couple days now. There's a couple more things I want to do with it, but right now it's in a good state. Essentially, you bring your basket of items. This is cobblestone here. It doesn't have to be full. It could be any amount. Doesn't really matter. Just whatever burnable you want. This could be anything. It could be pork chops if you really wanted it to. And you'll come over here, make sure the machine is off. You'll put your burnables in here. It could be any amount of burnables. So, gosh, you could put 10 baskets here. It'd be fine. It'll drop your basket right here, nice and neat. And they're currently loaded into the machine. So now, all you have to do is turn this on right here, and you'll start smelting. Now, I don't have any fuel on me, so we'll just bring this. Now, the amount of cobble I put in there is kind of overkill. I'm just going to do like a row of lava here. And what it's going to do is it's going to drop the cobble. Place all. Obviously, I filled this with a little bit too much cobble. So what I want to do in the future is have a button here that allows me to dispense whatever's left. It really shouldn't be hard, but it'll come right here. Pick it up and put it away. For now, though, you can just kind of jump over there. Or I guess I've been creative and just pick it all up, but I'll have a button there to drop that all down if you decide that you don't want to use all the stuff you put in there that you loaded into the machine. But for now, you'll notice you hear some pistons moving. All that is the furnaces being stalled. So essentially, furnaces have a lifetime timer, or blast furnaces too, when they are falling blocks. I think all falling blocks do, maybe just tile and steel falling blocks, not sure. But if they're left falling for too long, they will break. So what this does is it lets them drop and resets them with like the perfect amount of time. Maybe not perfect, but it stalls them. So they're going to cook as they're falling. Furnaces, they need 26 of these cobwebs, and so there's both rows for them. Blast furnaces are, twice as fast, so they only need one. So there's a little lever here, this little redstone line, that switches it into blast furnace mode, and all that does is it releases them twice as fast. So this will pull out, and it'll bring them back up to the center here twice as fast. Now this happens every now and then. I'm not sure if the video, okay, it didn't pick it up. My game just crashed. There's a fix for this, and it's setting all the repeaters down to 2 tick instead of 1 tick. But the crash doesn't actually affect anything like bad. The furnaces will still move, if you're on a server. If not, you just relog in on single player. It's not like too big of a deal. It's kind of annoying, but the repeaters should continue. The repeaters, if they're set to 2 tick, that should fix that. It just, I'm on multiplayer, and so it's kind of inconsistent. So this whole setup's been made for consistency. Let me make sure that it's recording. Yeah, it is. I think that without that crash, like these set to 2, it might not be as consistent, but I haven't tested it, so. It doesn't really affect too much, though. I play solely in multiplayer, and it's been fine. But those will stall. I might crash again here if I don't set those, but, it is what it is. This piston arm is for the burnables input and output. Currently, I have it set so that you can't put anything in while it's on, because it'll kind of mess up the machine. When you turn this off, all you gotta do is that. And then break your furnace here. Put it back in here, or store it somewhere else. There's my blast furnaces. I have a naked version of the machine over here. It's pretty compact. This little part right here is what juts out, and it's like the item stack giver. this is just the furnace machine. So if you just wanted a machine that allows you to quickly place a block based on block updates, then that's right there. It's really compact, nice and neat. This is an outdated, don't look at that. It's bad. Although it might not crash, but it's very expensive. But yeah, that's that. I wanted to have it to where it dispensed your fuel for you as well. The problem is that I have item clumping off right now, but when item clumping is on, everything stacks to 64, including lava buckets. So you can't really push it reliably with this setup here. So you'd have to use dispensers, and the logic for that is crazy difficult. You'd need like a button panel that you select between 1, 2, and 4, because those are the amounts of fuel that you'd use for, you know, like charcoal blocks, lava buckets. 2 would be nether coal. 4 would be, again, nether coal and olivine, depending on the furnace you're using. And then you'd have to dispense the dispenser quick enough, and you'd have to do it based on which one's selected, and it's just a lot. That's what this is right here. At least I was trying. Never could really get it to work. I'm very much, I like small, compact stuff, and this would have to be ginormous. I'd have to extend it out even further for all the clocks and stuff. So, but yeah, this one kind of works. You put your fuel input in here, and then you can kind of dispense it based on that, and then have the item giver above it. But you know, I think it works well enough like this. Squids will spawn in the water stream because you have to have it 8 long, or else it'll break the cake. So if you put like a little gold mesh right there, they'll despawn inside of it, the ink sacs, when they die. So that's cool. Other than that, this is the machine. You can see they're cycling through now. This is the halfway point. But yeah, everything's pretty cool so far. I'm gonna get to work on making this little button right here to give you the rest of your cobble back, or whatever you're smelting. And then obviously these baskets are just placeholder. You know, the items, the furnaces, when they're done, they come up here and they break into this. You can replace this with a collection system of your own, you know, of your choosing. This is just to show you that you can collect them back up at the main area, or do whatever you want with them. But yeah, pretty cool.